Hi, I'm Pat and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. Today, we're going to talk about what happened to me while driving the BMW i8 that resulted in some damage. I drive the BMW i8 as a daily driver, and because of that, I'm subject to more road hazards than someone who may not drive their car as often. If we go back a few weeks in time, I was driving on the Baltimore Beltway. I was in one of the lanes on the Beltway where people on the left and the right were starting to brake, but the car in front of me did not. I assumed that they were slowing down for traffic, but what came up next was completely unexpected. My dash cam recorded the video clearly. What had happened was the car in front of me had driven over something very large. At first, I wasn't sure what it was. So I started to divert a little to the left without checking my blind spot. But by the time I had checked my blind spot and began to swerve around it, it had already impacted the car. It was thick, it was heavy, and it actually left a little damage on the BMW i8. Obviously, the damage is here, and you can't see it from that distance. But if we take a closer look, it shows that this particular debris scratched the paint on the BMW i8. Before we get into what I'm going to do in order to correct the problem, I'm going to answer a few questions. Some folks say, Pat, if you had paint protection film on your car, this wouldn't even be an issue. The paint protection film, if it's self-healing, with a little bit of heat, would just take care of those scratches. Well, you're right, but there's a reason why I don't use paint protection film on this car. Number one, it's a used vehicle, and prior to me purchasing it, the vehicle had already been subject to some rock chips and other road debris. Therefore, applying paint protection film on top of that may result in me seeing bubbles and other imperfections that may come through on the paint protection film. I didn't want that. I could actually paint correct this car and make it look better than if the paint protection film had been installed on top of an already poorly paint corrected car. I have experience working with paint correction. For many years, going back to 1993 when I first lifted my first buffer and placed it on my 1978 Corvette, I was correcting paint problems. So I felt okay not installing paint protection film on this car because I could actually correct the paint problems myself. Also, if you have paint protection film installed on the car and it is significantly damaged, it may need to be removed in order to have a new piece installed. When I first did a buff and cut on this car soon after purchase, I learned that some body panels were actually repainted. And because they were repainted, I had a fear of installing any type of film, whether it's paint protection film or a wrap, on this car, because if I ever had to take it off, the paint may come off with it. I was unsure about how some of these panels had been repainted, so I couldn't guarantee that by removing paint protection film, I wouldn't be removing the paint. Because of these concerns, I opted not to install paint protection film on the front of the BMW i8. Instead, I do my own paint correction, and I fill in any rock chips with touch-up paint, and I buff out any problems that I have with the car. Should it get to the point where I have significant damage, I'll pay to have a part resprayed, and I'm okay with that. So paint protection film is a decision that may be right for many, but for me, I decided to forego it. So let's take a closer look at the damage that I received on the BMW i8 after hitting that large piece of plastic film on the highway. Right where the light is are some scratches, and they extend from the upper right to the lower left side of the screen, and of course it may be extremely difficult to see these on the camera. I could see them in person, but they may be tough in the camera. However, on the black part of the car, we can actually see in this area, right in here, significant scratching. We can also see some scratches in here. Soon after this impact, I noticed that there were scratches in this black front splitter, and I've already taken care of those scratches. They're no longer there. So let's go through the process of what I would do to immediately take care of any scratches without doing a complete color correction. Some of the products that I'm going to be using today include the Meguiar's Clay Bar, Quick Detailer, ScratchX, a Microfiber Application Pad, and some Microfiber towels. Now, I am a fan of the Meguiar's products, and there's a reason for that. Back when I was starting to get into paint correction in the early 90s, and I worked in a paint shop at a sign company, the Meguiar's line was mainly for professionals. Other products were for consumers, and Meguiar's was for professionals for some reason, I don't know. But I got hooked on the Meguiar's products, and that's why I use them. But other manufacturers have their own products. They're great, nothing wrong with them. It's just that I prefer to use these products. So in order to start the process, I just take a piece of clay bar, which is pretty flexible but firm, and some Quick Detailer, and I spray down the entire area that I want to fix. So the Quick Detailer provides lubricant, and the clay bar ensures that any contaminants that are stuck to the paint can be taken off. And I just want to wipe this gently over the surface in order to remove any contaminants. Now also, this car's been washed, so it's clean, otherwise I wouldn't be using a clay bar on it. Taking a closer look at the clay bar, we could see that it's actually turned dark in some areas. It's lifted contamination from the car. I made sure to go over the areas that I knew the impact occurred in and a little bit beyond, just to see if and a little bit beyond. And that's because as I'm starting to put the ScratchX on the vehicle, if I see any other areas I want to touch up, it's already been clayed. This being a dirty clay bar, I can go ahead and flip it onto the other side, use the other side. Once it becomes full of contamination, you want to throw it away and start with a new clay bar for any type of work that you're doing on paint. Now that I've clayed the car, I'm going to go ahead and use this microfiber towel in order to wipe up any of the Quick Detailer. Now that any contamination's been removed from the i8, I can use this microfiber application towel and my ScratchX and know that I'm not going to be pushing contaminants around the car. And I'm going to start by shaking up the ScratchX, and that is to make sure that any solvents or abrasives that were distributed inside the solution are now evenly distributed. The next thing I want to do is apply enough of the ScratchX to the application pad so that it's primed. This is because microfiber holds a lot of liquid, so I want to get enough in here that I can distribute it evenly across the pad and make it very useful for cleaning up this i8. So I'm just going to pour a crosshatch of the ScratchX, and then I can rub it into the pad. And as you can see, the pad's soaking that material up. Almost can't see the ScratchX anymore. I'll apply a little bit more. And now I can begin to apply the ScratchX to the surfaces where the scratches existed. If we look very carefully at this black portion, we could see some scratching in here, in here. It's very difficult for me to get the lighting exactly right for you to see this, but I'm going to start in this section and we'll see how well the product works. So I'm using my microfiber pad, it's already been primed, and some ScratchX applied to it. And I'm going to work this into the paint. What I'm trying to do here is rub evenly enough and slowly enough to allow the microfiber to work. The abrasives in the pad, along with the microfiber, will do a great job in order to remove any scratches and give me a cleaner surface in order to apply any paint protection afterward. So I've went ahead and rubbed this panel for maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry to a haze and then wipe it off with a microfiber towel. After waiting a minute or two, I can go ahead and wipe the surface with my microfiber towel. And the scratches are gone. There is, and if you look closely you could see some marks on here from where I had impact with stones, but overall I'm not noticing any of the original scratches that were up in this area or in here. It's completely gone. Works. Obviously this light is bringing out some other things that are in the paint that aren't scratches, but that's okay because if I took the light away, you wouldn't see anything but reflection here. So this is a very clean panel at this point. I would go ahead and apply some type of protection to this, any type of wax or polymer or even ceramic if you feel the need. That would be great here. Now this part of the car may be scratch free, but I'm not done yet. And I need to apply some more ScratchX to my microfiber pad. But please keep in mind, these microfiber pads need to be cleaned. So if you decide to use this on a larger area of the car, you want to use some compressed air or a brush, and you want to try to remove as many contaminants from the microfiber as possible. Because microfiber not only pulls all this solution into it, but it also pulls any type of paint that you're taking off of the car in order to correct the scratches into the pad. And it'll stay there and you'll rub it on the rest of the car. So please keep that in mind. Either use a new pad or clean this one out if you're doing a large area. So let me get started on the rest of this job and we'll get this bumper scratch free. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the final product and I don't see any scratches anymore. I'm very happy with how this turned out. This is only a temporary fix for now. I know that a full paint correction is the proper thing when it comes to trying to take out any imperfections, but for now I don't see any scratches anymore, and that's a terrific thing because I'm ready for putting some paint protection on top of this, whether it's a wax, a polymer, or touching up ceramic. It's now ready to be protected and resist any type of contaminants or bugs or water. So on that note, this video is effectively over. If you enjoyed the content, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and ring that bell for notifications. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box below. I know it's controversial whether or not to install paint protection film or to do your own paint correction work, but if you want to comment about it, feel free. I'll be happy to read it. So thanks for watching and happy motoring.